Hello there. Hopefully everyone is doing well. And hello to you, Thumb Bros. Yeah, I hope you're doing. I'm doing all right. A lot of travel recently, a lot of busy. Hopefully. I'm trying to stay in contact with everybody as best as I can, but it has been tricky. I'll be in New Mexico next week, and there's been a lot of back and forth. I'm hoping that over the Thanksgiving week and kind of in these holiday months that I will get to be more in touch with some of my friends, offer the well wishes for Thanksgiving and upcoming either Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate around that time. I know that my family's got a plethora of holidays that are celebrated around that time. But I hope you're doing super well. I hope everything is comfortable and nice and wonderful. And that these holiday months will offer you some reprieve from, no doubt, the hard work that I know you put into everything that you do. And I'm looking forward. I haven't seen stuff of you recently, but I'm hoping that I'm not missing notifications as well. But I do have a recurring. The other thing that I had on there, I just wanted to be sure of, is I have a recurring subscription, because whether you're live or not, I want to give you show support, and hopefully that'll also help minimize the amount of times that I miss your content. Which it has not, because apparently I've missed 3 of them. Son of a gun. I don't know why this is. Hold on. I've been super busy with real world stuff, so I haven't been streaming. That's all right. That's all right. Whatever is working best and whatever works best for you and whatever's... Why does this... I don't understand. Always. Please. Thank you. Okay. I'm following. I'm subscribed. But I missed... yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I don't get notifications. It looks like I missed some like Rygar stuff, and let's see. Yeah, I missed a Rygar run. I missed some splits. I'm so sorry about that. I try to take a look, but I don't. I should be getting notifications. I don't get notifications. I don't understand. So I've been in the middle of a move after 6 years. Well, I hope the move is up. I hope it's a good move to something that's more comfortable for you, feels better for you. Let me turn that so it's a little bit more balanced. Kind of excited about this move, really. Think it's going to be a good step forward. I hope so. Moving's kind of, it gets kind of exciting, especially if you're moving into a place that you feel really good about. So it sounds like you do. I mean, with the hectic nature of everything, I got a question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but just how is life in general? I mean, obviously busy, but the job, the family. I know. Is everything in those endeavors and those experiences moving in a good place for you, moving to a good place for you and with you? Usually what I find around the holidays is everybody kind of has a, it's usually really good or really not good experience, and so I'm hoping to really hear about. I'm hoping to really hear that things are just kind of moving up. So, I'm here. I have McDonald's. Let's party. Hey Ash, how you doing? McDonald's is. So I hadn't had McDonald's in a long time, and Anna decided it. And I can't really have a lot of food, a lot of different foods. But I had one of their chicken sandwiches. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. Things can always be better Things can always be better on the real world in dealing with some bizarre tax. Oh, I'm sorry. But trying to resolve that and move forward. That's understandable. Taxes are... That's the phrase, right? There are only two things certain. Two things that are certain, taxes and death. And I, without spoiling anything, I know the general area where you are, taxes are... far more complicated than they are where I am. I like, for sure. So I understand. I actually just applied for homestead applications because our taxes were getting so ridiculous on our house. Our mortgages were going up by $300 to $400 every year over year. So, which is absolutely insane. It was because of taxes. So, I submitted homestead applications so that would prevent them from overinflating the valuation of our house. So. So I know it's not as fun. You come to a gaming stream and you hear about adulting things. And it's like, oh my goodness! But at the same time, it's part of life, you know. So I don't know if they have something similar like that. Again, I'm not spoiling anything. I think I have a decent understanding, but the general area where you are, I don't know if that's even a thing that they offer. I know with us, that's ridiculous. So. Yeah, it was crazy. Cost of living, it wasn't awful. And then we started, so I don't think it's any surprise. I live in Texas. I don't think I have a stereotypical Texas accent or anything like that, but if you didn't know that, I live in Texas and I don't have any problem. It's the second largest state, both in population and geographically, so the odds of somebody finding me based strictly on that is still fairly small. Well, I appreciate that you're willing to hear how things are going. Hope things work out for you as well, or keep getting better. Oh, I appreciate that. Of course, I'm willing to hear. I'm part of the reason that I do this channel, especially with excuse me. Hey man, I'm new to the stream. Where are you from? Sounds like Texas. I would be very hard pressed to believe that I have a Texas accent, but you guys being not from Texas may have a keener ear than mine. And maybe I do sound like a traditional Southerner or Texan. I don't know. I don't think to me I do. But Thumb, to your point, that's literally the purpose of the channel. The focus is having fun. Sounds like Houston. Nowhere so metropolitan. Excuse me. Sorry. But I can appreciate that for sure. Yeah, the entire purpose of this channel is really the focus is the people, right? I mean, there are games, and that's the common bonding that we have. But knowing how you guys are doing and making sure that if there's something that I can do, or like that's another thing too. I mean, when things get difficult, we kind of retreat to gaming, but we also kind of retreat to people that have those similar. They enjoy similarly, they enjoy what we enjoy similarly. I just like getting to talk with people and be an ear for people to talk to. So, yeah, I mean, if ever you decide to call and just like you got to vent to somebody and somebody will hear it, please, you guys know how to reach me. Call, talk, vent. I'm happy to listen and be here and support and do whatever else that I might be able to do to help. I'm very happy to do that. So, but yeah, that's the whole. The people are the reason I do the channel. The games are fun, but the people are the reason I do it. That's why I don't do face cam. It's not about me. The game is a commonality. The chat, however, you guys, you're the reason that this is successful or not. I have fun playing the game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say that. I have fun playing the games and talking about the games. If no one's in the chat, obviously it's all about us having fun, and if nobody else is here, I still like to have fun. But no, you guys, the people, are what this is all about. This is all about I think I've said it before, it's all about just bringing people together and trying to be, meet new friends and be good to those friends. And if I keep bumping this mic stand, I'm so sorry. The games are everything and literally the only thing. Oh, of course. And if it's not deathless, and if it's not world record or at least PB pace the whole time, it's no good. The people have become remarkably elitist in that way. So this isn't about that. This is like this game that I'm playing today is just an experience. It's a ROM hack. This is the third episode of 2 episodes in. I'm probably going to be awful at some stuff. But it's not about that. It's about having fun. So, and it's about getting to talk with you guys and experience it. Hi, how are you? Hey, Pizza, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, actually. I know things were a little bit rough the last time we got to talk. I hope things have improved substantially from then, or at least improved somewhat. If it's not PB Pace, shut down the stream. Yes. Everyone's so elitist. Like, I worked in the gaming industry. Not that good. I'm so sorry about that. If anything... improved. So your circumstances. Last time we spoke, your circumstances were a little bit more on the negative side. So I'm hoping that there was some improvement in them, that things have gotten better than they were at least last time. They don't necessarily have to be good, but better than last time. All right. That's the only thing we can ever do, is we can progress one step at a time, one over the... Oh, they've gotten way worse. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, if things get better, you can enjoy the better that they are, and if things get worse, then you can understand that there is generally the next day or the next several days are going to get better. There's always a lower limit, right? There's always a lower limit. So inevitably, you will have to go up from where low is, and at some point. The streamer's still talking. Where are the games? Well, I like to talk with all the people first. I'll put the game on soon, though. I promise. But I was saying, yeah, so many people become so elitist about what consoles you can play, what games you can play, whether or not you're playing the game the right way, whether or not you're playing it fast enough, whether or not you're, all of that. Just like I like Oblivion came out in 2006, right? I was grown in 2006. But some people, that was their childhood, so they tore into that like a childhood game, whereas I tore into it as a young adult, right? Or a younger adult. And so I'll just be lurking here and talking, and got ears and Anish. Oh, yeah, of course. No, you're always welcome. I appreciate it. As a veteran elitist Dreamcast streamer, you need to step up your game, man. I do need to stream more Dreamcast games, though. I know you made that as a joke, but I do need to stream more Dreamcast. I have it hooked up. I streamed Dreamcast on here before. I think if I'm going to stream, I think I might want to stream Veronica X on this at some point, which I'm sure you know a ton more about than I do, but... Because I've never really played Veronica X beginning to end, I don't think. Maybe I have. No, you know what? I have, but I played the Xbox 360 version a long time ago when they first came out with the HD, and so I don't remember a thing about it beyond that I did that, but I do need to do more like Dreamcast, Sega Saturn content. I do have some really cool stuff for both of those consoles, so. And 64 content too, honestly. But variable frame rate and variable screens aspect ratio make those difficult to capture, so I guess what I'll do is I'll plan it and make those screens, and then they'll just be kind of custom one-off screens that'll fit that frame for that time. But anyway, point being is, yeah, everybody kind of got a little elitist. Everybody kind of got a bit about how you. They would go on to talk about how you were ruining their childhood if you didn't you play a game a certain way, or if you didn't know about this certain thing. And like, to me, that's just silly. Just enjoy the game, have fun. There are a lot of great people out there that play a lot of great games. There are a lot of people that play games better than I do, and there are some people that play certain games not as good as I do, and none of those matter so long as they're having fun. That's my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and move it over to this game. Let me go ahead and fade the music out here. And I'll switch this so that I can hear. Good Lord, that music was so loud. And I'm going to go ahead and switch the frame over. And there we go. Now, I do want to go ahead and say some things really quickly before. Normally, I don't usually have so many people that come so quickly into the stream, so I'm really appreciative. Thank you so much, Thumbros, Pizza Lover, and Ash, for popping in and interacting and saying hi. I really love hearing from you guys, and I'm dead serious. Like, I could literally just do a just chatting with you guys, and that would be a great stream. I would feel very comfortable. I'd be very good and happy about that. But we do have a game here too to offer hopefully some additional entertainment or nostalgia that we might give another topic to our conversation with. What I was going to say is, if you are someone who is interested in great content and different flavors of content, maybe mine's not your speed, or maybe mine is your speed and you're looking for something similar, I'm contractually obligated to be here. I wouldn't say that. That's, everybody's looking right now going, where's that contract? Did I sign a contract? No, what I was going to say is, if you are someone who enjoys this flavor of content and are looking for variations on a theme, or if you're somebody who's looking for something a little different, maybe I'm not your perfect flavor, there are a plethora of links down in the description that might be a little bit more your tempo, or that might be equally your tempo to mine. Down below, we've got links to Ash and Thumbros, who are here in the chat. Thumbros' awesome channels, which are on YouTube and Twitch streams, where he shows speedrun style content, let's play, let's learn, which is really cool. If you want to learn how to run splits or run certain games or segments of games in the fastest way possible, I highly, highly recommend taking a look at one of these or both of these two channels. January 1st, 2024 will be exciting for me, making videos. That's all. I'm super excited, man. And I'm super excited for our I won't say more than I'm meant to, but I'm super excited for our stuff to come together and come to fruition. So whenever you're ready, we will go full speed ahead. I'm excited about this. But any which way, speaking of which, if you are excited about that content and this little announcement that was just made here, this is a nice kind of place. You got an exclusive announcement here. Take a look at the Ash channel down there and give it a subscribe so that you get the notifications as soon as his stuff starts going live, because he's got some great stuff. He's put content out before. It was fantastic. Oftentimes either humor or review style content, but whatever he puts out, it's always a blast to look at, listen to. I recommend that as well. 3 fingers is going to be a success. Well, with perhaps a different demographic, I think, but yes. If you're also looking for, additional great content that pops out in a different way. So, for example, some of the more esoteric game titles or more esoteric game consoles, Omega Ace Gaming is down in the description below. I tried to hop on. I got notified of a stream he had, I guess yesterday it was, or a day before, and I guess the stream broke up or something, and I had issue getting onto it and it cut out. But it doesn't usually have that kind of issue. So he got some great stuff. He had finished playing Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem. He's played a couple of Nintendo Disk System games, which are amazing. Really, really fun. Really, really nice guy. I highly recommend going and taking a look at his stuff. And then, of course, Viddy's gaming videos and Viddy Plays are two phenomenal channels by our friend Viddy, whose birthday it was just. And if you want to go and see us all interacting, you can actually go take a look at the video from a week or so ago and take a look at his 35th birthday celebrations, where Ash and I actually were able to make a feature. We were able to make an appearance, rather. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good back and forth. Viddy seems like such a sweet guy, too. So everybody that I have linked down below are people that I very highly recommend. Thumb, Ash, Omega, and Viddy, who I call the Four Horsemen. And then lastly, and certainly not leastly, my wonderful and beautiful wife, who is on her own stream right now, and I have a link to her Twitch channel. If you're a fan of random content, just great fun content, and Sims content is a big part of that as well, she's streaming right now on Twitch at the Siren Ivy. Click that link, take a look at her stuff. She is a ton of fun and amazing to just get to interact with. So a lot of fun there. Viddy putting that kangaroo in a headlock live on stream was worth the 200-pound donation. So good. Was somebody put a meme or a comment or something like that out? But they said kangaroos are just deer that have gone to prison, and it shows a picture of a deer and then the kangaroo that's coming up with these just huge biceps and this I mean, that would be a scary thing to come up against, a kangaroo. All right, now I got to figure out where we were. I take a look back just a minute here. Oh, yeah, this way. I'm gonna change the music. So did we do all of the worlds, or did I skip a world? I know this is 6, and then we have world 5 down here. I don't know why I use Viddy as a joke. I think it's because he's the least likely to be in any of these. He's such a polite, and I don't want to say this in a way that would be offensive, but like a mild-mannered individual. And I feel like that does make these really like aggressive scenarios more exacerbatory, which I think is funny. So I think it's great. So I guess we skipped part of world. This is world 1, so I guess we actually skipped worlds. Hold on, let me see. Did we do world 2? This is world 2, right? So I guess we've skipped... Yeah, we sure did. I have to figure out where we've... Okay, so we have world 4, and we have world 7. Okay, so we skipped part of world 3 somehow, and we also skipped world 4. Alright, we'll see what's happened. I very highly doubt that I would ever see him do something like... I very highly doubt that he's ever said that word once in his entire life. I very, very highly doubt that. Goodness. Okay, so for anybody... let me go... I'm going to give some premise here. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a ROM hack or a reimagining of Super Mario World. It's actually really well done by Peach Gold, I think is the name of the creator. This game, I think, launched or was released into the wild in 2019-ish, so it's actually relatively new, but it's built almost entirely on assets that would actually natively run on a Super Nintendo, as far as I'm aware at least. Some of those assets being borrowed from the Game Boy Advance version, the Super Nintendo version, or sorry, the Game Boy version, the Super Nintendo version, and the actual sequel to Super Mario World, which was Yoshi's Island. If you are interested in playing this game, obviously goes without saying, if I'm going to promote the legal way to do it, you do it whatever feels comfortable to you, but legally, so long as you own the game and the console, you can go and download a ROM hack as a backup, or excuse me, a ROM of the original game, and then just use a patcher like Lunar IPS or LIPS, which will actually patch this into that copy, and then you can run this on whatever emulator, or you can have it put into a cartridge and put into your Super Nintendo. Whatever way is comfortable for you. This is the only way to play this game. Otherwise, you can also order, I think, copies of it on like Etsy, where people have actually made cartridges for it and the like. This Mario character has some potential. Could see him doing well for a few years. You know, it's crazy that you say that, with Charles Martinet actually no longer being the voice of Mario moving forward and instead being the Mario ambassador. I am curious to see where the character goes. So then I'm going to try to fill in some of these blanks with... I got to get used to this again. Uh-oh. Okay, I have to make sure that they... General rule of Super Mario World is that they will not come up if you're on or by the pipe, but sometimes they will. I can't stand that he's not the voice now. There's no reason. Well, I mean, I think he wanted to... I think, firstly, he wanted probably a new chapter himself, Martinet, and then on top of that... I mean, let's be fair. If he's traveling around the world and meeting kids as the voice of Mario, there's no doubt he's making countless kids super happy, right? So I kind of get it, right? If he's like, if he's making those, oh shoot, if he's making like hospital visits and things where he's getting to talk to people in the Mario voice, like, I think that's awesome. And he spent so much time making us happy. I mean, his first appearance as Mario was in 1995. So, I mean, he's been doing this for a very long time. It was a... for anybody who's unaware, a lot of people's first exposure to him was in 1996, which was on the Super Mario... Oops. On Mario 64, excuse me. Still my favorite character of all time. He's a great character. It's such a... I mean, I remember... I don't know if anybody ever... if anybody really remembers this, but the... I don't think anybody... I mean, I don't know how many people really think about it, but... The Super Mario... what was it? The Super Mario Bros. Show or whatever from the 90s? With Captain Lou Albano as Mario. I mean, Mario used to be from Brooklyn. So he had this, like, kind of... And even in the cartoon, he had the... Oh, shoot, I forgot that's a bad guy. There we go. He had this like Brooklyn accent, which was not at all like adorable, but it was funny. I mean, and that show was great anyway. But yeah, Martinet became the voice actor in '95, I believe. There was an educational or an edutainment style game. It wasn't really an edutainment, really, I guess. It kind of played its own thing, but you were, you could play him in like Go Fish and these other kind of weird card game type things on the PC. So he's been doing this for, I mean, 30 years just about. New chapters. New generations. The controls feel good, but I have to learn some. Okay, that's what that felt like. I do like that they integrated. So I like that they integrated music that isn't Mario, but it feels like it. It feels good. Like this cave theme is really great. This is from one of the Secret of Mana games, I believe, which has great music. There's a channel. I don't know if anybody is. I don't know how much. I don't know how much people enjoy listening to random. Let me try this. I think I think I get what's about to happen here. Okay, 1 second. I'm a little focused, so I apologize here for a second when I go that I'm going quiet. Oh, I just murdered Yoshi. Sorry. Sans says, hello. I've never seen this channel before, but I saw it and I was interested. Well, welcome, Sans. I've been doing this channel for some time. It's just a little project to hopefully bring some happiness and some commonality and to perhaps like-minded gamers, but gamers in general. Okay, so that's a reset. Okay, I don't understand. What am I meant to do? But welcome in nonetheless. Okay, can I eat the Charging Chuck? Nope. He wasn't able to eat him in the previous one, but he's also able to eat stuff he wasn't able to eat before, so I don't know. Okay, he can eat him. I don't know what's going on here. Tower of Heaven, that's some modded music. Yeah, so this is this whole game right here is a I'm gonna die of time. This whole game right here is a ROM hack. Okay, I died of lack of time, but that's okay. From lack of time. I guess we're gonna go through this the normal way, and then we'll figure out what's going on. So yeah, this is if you're interested in the ROM hack itself, obviously you need to have a copy of the game to put this in there. But Peach Gold made it 2019. It's actually really well put together. So you're playing on original hardware. I am not playing on original hardware because this game wasn't released on original hardware, sadly. Normally I will play on original hardware, but this being a ROM hack, the alternative would be to buy a cartridge from some Etsy person. So I have this I'm playing this on the Wii U, which Ash will no doubt give me grief for because it will be another mention of his, apparently, the console that has become the bane of his existence. Because I keep talking about them and he's just not buying. Mario Galaxy. I like to play. I like to play on original hardware. I have the original hardware hooked up, but because this game is technically a ROM hack and a complete reimagining of the first game, the only way to do it would be to buy a cartridge that somebody else had made on Etsy. So this is a modified ROM on the Wii that I'm playing from the Wii U with a Super Nintendo controller, so that it at least feels genuine, which it does. I like the Wii U. It's easily one of the consoles of all time. It is. I like the Wii U. It's really easy to collect for. Some of the games are expensive, but the collection is manageable with only about 300 and change titles. And, backwards compatibility with the Wii. Some great Wii U eShop titles that you could get, which natively emulated some stuff. Really nice. I have 2 of them. And uh-oh, that's what I wanted. Anyway, thought I'd pop in. I'll see this if I ever see this channel again. I might pop back in, but don't guarantee. That's all right. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. That's what the channel's about. Just meeting new people, saying hi, and enjoying games. So if you do, wonderful to see you. And if not, hey, I hope you have a wonderful, however long it is. But thank you. Oh, I hate it when they do that. I was hoping he was just going to jump, but he did not. Crash music, yes. The theme is actually Crash music. It's reimagined Crash Bandicoot music. So this was they've actually used a fair amount of it in there. That's fine. We got him. It's kind of neat though how many different soundtracks that they integrated into this, and then how they I mean, again, I say Peach Gold. I don't know if this is one person or if this is a small team that are operating under that one person, but either way, very, very cool. Oops. We'll be fine. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we're fine. I'll take that one up, because who knows how quickly we're gonna go through these. Yeah, that's fine. Ah, dang it. I was hoping I'd catch him at the very end. I did not. Also, really, really cool. I'll say this, he may not still be here. Really, really cool to have Sans, though. I like that the whole persona is made after the Sans of Undertale lore, which he jumped so much farther than I thought he was able to. Rex, thank you. If anyone has not played Undertale, that is a really, really interesting story game. It's if you're looking for just real in-depth gameplay, it keeps the gameplay pretty simple, but the story is really good and the gameplay is fun. It's just not, if you're looking for a complicated like series of systems, it's not super complicated. Okay. I couldn't tell if the wind was going to affect me or not, but it doesn't seem to. I sat down and thought about my 5 favorite games of all time a few days back. Resident Evil 4, Soul Calibur, Time Splitters, Future Perfect, excuse me, BioShock, and Shovel Knight, my definitive 5. That's a solid lineup too. What does that say? Countdown Force. That's a very, very solid 5. I don't have a specific order for mine, but mine, I'm just throwing that in there again. I love KOTOR 1, Donkey Kong Country. I have something stuck in my throat. I'm so sorry. Donkey Kong Country 3. Let's see. Yeah, KOTOR 1, Donkey Kong Country 3. Banjo-Kazooie, the first one. And then The Witcher 3, which is a much newer title. And probably Super Mario World, actually. And not necessarily in that order. KOTOR 1 is definitely the number 1 for me, but Super Mario World is in there. Oh, that's fair, that's fair. Banjos, yeah, Banjos, I mean, like, that's the other thing, too, is this footage may never be, I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna start this, I'm gonna pause it. I love the aesthetic of this. It's kind of like a foggy, like a ghosty feel. I like that. I was talking. There's footage, and I may release this at some point. There's footage of so back originally when I was doing the channel, I did the channel. I didn't do stream. I didn't know anything about live streaming, so all of my content was recorded in large blocks, and then either one set sessions or large blocks, and then it was cut up, and then I had intros put on, exits put on, and that gave me an opportunity to play games with friends when, you know, schedules wouldn't sync up otherwise, and censor out things maybe that were said that were not super appropriate, which you'll notice if you go back to some of the friends get a little raunchy, and there are heavy beeps in the system to help prevent what they said getting out, so only we'll know what those are, but one of the things that was so funny and actually led to such censorship, and I haven't launched it, is I was playing online with a group of my friends. It's a friend I've actually just got to spend a little bit of time talking to. And we were talking about that there was a top, no, nothing like that. Nothing like that. Usually it's a joke that might be considered, it's nothing blatantly like that bad. Usually it's a joke that may be considered, could easily be construed as negative when it's not intended that way, or something that was just disgusting to hear, not like mean towards people, but just like gross, right? And you censor it out to save people's imaginations from those things. But so anyway, one of the things that led to one of the biggest forms of outrage was a few years back. I don't know how many, 4 years, maybe 5 years. They had this top 10. I'm sure it's perfectly fine by today's standard, but today's standards, it would get. Yeah, and back then it was same situation. Back then it wasn't bad. Like there are things that were put out back then that could be, like I made a joke that I think was funny, but on one of my episodes that I didn't censor out, that today I think people would look at it and think I was being not okay. But obviously the intention was just to draw attention to how ridiculous what the saying was. But anyway, I never mean anything, and like for me, if something is ever misconstrued, understand that it is likely 100%, in fact, not my intention. It's just I talk to be funny, and some people will find it funny, and some people may not. But one of the things that led to the biggest amount of outrage that I remember was a couple of years ago. There was a publication that came out with a top 100 best games of all time. And this friend of mine wanted a specific title to be that number one, or at least in my top 10. And I said I would rate it differently, right? I think it was Halo. And he was like, well, that's got to be top 10 of all time. And I was like, I don't think Halo's in my top 10, to be fair. And he's like, well, wait. He's and I'm going to paraphrase, and maybe I'm going to get this completely wrong, right? I may release it at some point in time, though. I still have the footage and such, so I may release this at some point in time just for fun, because it was a fun playthrough. But it was like, something to the effect of, well, it's got to be in the top like shooters of all time, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't know if I can call. Well, come on, you can't. Most influential, and I'm just kind of like sitting there thinking, maybe it'd be in my top 10. It wouldn't be number one. How could it not be number one? And I'm sitting there going, well, shooters like Doom and Wolfenstein kind of take precedent for me, because those are the first ones that I played when it came to the shooter genre. Duke Nukem's a big influence, Jedi Outcast games are a huge, influence. All of them being Doom and Wolfenstein style clones. But he was just so upset at the fact that I wouldn't give him this top 5, Halo influential shooter, whatever. And that Halo itself wasn't in my top, top 10 games or whatever. And I was just like, it was funny, but it led to some outrage for sure. Like I think we were doing a session of Grand Theft Auto 5. GameSpot made a top 10 Mortal Kombat games a few weeks back, and it was insulting to my superior brain. It's crazy how upsetting some of these maybe I think they do it on purpose, but some of these publications lists almost seem like they are intentionally designed to annoy people. Like it's like, oh yeah, no, it's this. How could you even say that? That wasn't. Oh, okay. And this one you can shoot them. Usually they're invulnerable. They'll put together a list and it's like top 10 games of all time, and can I shoot him? No, and I know you can't jump on Sumo Bros either because they have that little spike on their head. You can do this, but you can't actually like kill them. Would love to play this game. Love the looks. It's so fun. Have you ever played the original Super Mario World Pizza? Game came out in 1990. Dang it. Game came out in 1990. If you are unfamiliar with it. Okay, and I know on those ones you can't spin jump because they turn face up. Yeah, this has been this version has been remarkably pleasant. Oh, and you are technically 1.06 richer. 1.06 richer than what? I'm sorry. I probably missed something. Breath of the Wild and Skyrim wouldn't be in my top 50. There's controversial take. No, I agree with you there. Oblivion would be. I'd put Oblivion in my top 50, but it's not Skyrim. Breath of the Wild, no, not at all. Not at all. Breath of the Wild's not... Here's the thing. Breath of the Wild's not a bad game. It's just not a phenomenal game. Like, there are other games that have done that same formula better. The Witcher 3, for me, is a better example. And The Witcher 3 won't be in a lot of people's top 10. Or top 50. Right? I mean, like, I get that. I'm okay with that. I don't need you to agree with my take. I just want you to have fun with yours. But I look back at The Witcher... The reason I do it is I personally look back at The Witcher and I can't find a lot of flaw with the game. I mean, the voice acting is good, the music is really great, the gameplay is very solid, the mechanics of it are really solid. I didn't really have trouble figuring out how to do things. Like 1 and 2 are a little janky and a little complicated, but I thought 3 really fixed all of those really nicely. That's the thing. Breath of the Wild isn't bad at all. I'm just baffled with where this masterpiece opinion comes from. Exactly. There are other games that have done it better. Again, Breath of the Wild came out in 2017. Witcher 3 came out in 2015. They both have very similar formula. One of them is definitely more kid-friendly, obviously, because the other one is essentially a playable Game of Thrones. And that's good, because there have been playable Game of Thrones games, and they've been... They've been okay. Atlas came out with one, and it was fine. It wasn't great, but it was fine. I might play it at some point in time. And then Telltale came out with one, and that was cool. I've never seen Game of Thrones, though, so I don't have that kind of love in it. I wasn't even alive in 1990. Oh, I know, but the game itself came out. I figured you might have had an option to give it a play. I have a general idea of about how old you are. Of course, I won't betray that on stream. That's your information. But yeah, it's the first one's really fun. It's very similar to this. They're not super expensive. They are available on Super Nintendo, but if you have a Wii or a Wii U, you could have gotten them on the eShop there. It's available on Switch if you have the like $3.99 monthly pass. A lot of fun. This version is not available on any of that. It is a ROM hack special version because I have played the other one to death. I've played it twice on the channel, I think. Once, I did a 1 episode, 45-minute full playthrough. But richer than when you were, I'd say, 5-10 minutes ago. Oh, was there something that I missed? I don't. Did I miss a donation of sorts? If I did, I apologize. I may have an issue with my alert, but if so, I very much appreciate it. And if I didn't, I still appreciate you being here and talking with us. Nonetheless, it's all great. It's available on the Switch though as well. Not you technically. You'll have to forgive me. I am lost on the conversation, but nonetheless, I am appreciative for you to be here and have it with me. So. Okay, so that is interesting. I mean, I can just do that. I could technically throw myself up off of Yoshi like that. Okay, I understand. Okay, I understand. This is... And then I can jump off of Yoshi and... Okay. This is interesting. And those blocks are Yoshi's Island blocks, which is really interesting. So that's... Or Yoshi Island style blocks. So if I jump off of this, if I jump off of Yoshi, those blocks will go away. It's just me being... and making people confused. I'm trying to say is... And I just guess you... Okay, sorry. It's just me being... me making people confused. What I'm trying to say is... Anna, just I guess you can say donated to... Okay. Well, very nice nonetheless. I know that if she's not offered her appreciations, I know that she inevitably will. As will I. Thank you nonetheless. But yeah, just thank you for being here and saying hi and talking with us. That's always great. Okay, so that would be silly of me to jump off of Yoshi here. But I'm sure at some point in time that's going to become useful. Boop. Oh, no, boomerang, bro. Nope. Are you, what, really? Oh, I caught him on the way down. Thank goodness that there was floor down there. Funny and Cursed Among Us vids. Uh-oh, that's a channel name. That, goodness sakes. It says hello with all the exclamation points, and I say hello to you, Funny and Cursed Among Us vids. A pleasure to have you here. Thanks for stopping in, seeing what we do, talking with us. This is a channel dedicated just to having fun, talking with great people, and playing great games. Just escaping the stress of normal everyday life. Hammer bro. Okay. That's fine. We will salvage what we can. I can't see and hearing you say that out loud makes me want to. Let's see. I can't see and hearing you say that makes me want to pull out my eyes. You can't see the game? Is it blank on your screen or? I do know something that I want to do. So if you'll forgive me just a moment, I will. We are a little, I think, overexposed. So let's minimize that. We were overexposed for a game we played called A Way Out. So let me make a quick adjustment to help minimize that overexposure so it looks a little bit more like I see it. Let's do boop. And we will just turn that so it's a little duller, but it's not as washed out, which is what I was noticing just there. I think that looks a little bit closer to what I'm actually seeing. Actually, that's substantially closer. Nuclear Power Plant says this looks like an intriguing mod. I can't see the screen. Oh, I can see the screen. Okay, you can see it. I'm sorry, I misread. Yeah, this is a great mod. Let's see, especially how small the text can be in YouTube. Oh, yes, understood. So we've got ourselves another one of those. Okay, so this is this is a reset pipe now. So I have to be able to... Oh, it's instantaneous. You can't... Okay, so that's got to be something else. But I'm going to guess this is a reset so that if I lose Yoshi that I can make my way through. Yeah, this is a really cool mod. I've put a link down below. If you're familiar with how to mod or patch... Let me turn this down to my headphones. If you're familiar with how to use things like Lunar IPS and the like to patch games, obviously I'm going to recommend that you own the games and the hardware, so you're doing it as legally as can possibly be done, but you know, whatever is comfortable for you. So long as you have, that's still far, a copy of the game in ROM format. I didn't even have to do that. You can take the patch that I've put down there using Lunar IPS, and you can patch the game and play it yourself if you'd like. So if you are someone who is interested in this, then I highly recommend it. It's very nice. Okay, I want to do this one first. This is usually, the rule of the star box is 30 coins collected in the game, in the level, excuse me, and you get a 1-up. Less than that, you get 1 coin. There we go. Okay, so they're going to make it a little harder with Yoshi. If it were just me, then I get 4 blocks, but Yoshi, I get 2. Okay. This is a stomp. There we go. So is this... I feel like... I don't feel like this... Well, okay, that's fine. Oop. Okay, this is might not do me any good for the hammer, bro, but I would do fine. I can. Yes, I'm sorry, I misread that. That was my fault. I don't know how to mod games, but I think mods are super cool. It's not terribly tough. If you get a chance, I mean, obviously it's up to whether or not you want to, but you can download these files called IPS files. Oftentimes they are free and don't have any issue because you're not really supposed to sell them any which way. And I'm gonna guess that these are all just coin. Yeah, all right, that's fine. These IPS files can actually go into a program called Lunar IPS, also known as LIPS, and then you take a ROM of the original game and you just basically drag and drop those into Lunar IPS and hit create, and it'll do the rest for you. Once you've done that, you can play it on your emulator of choice. If you have issue with that, though, I think that Etsy, there are people on Etsy who oftentimes will make actual cartridges with custom labels and everything. And they don't charge for the ROMs or any of that, but they do charge for the effort of shipping out a plastic cartridge with custom printed decals. But it'll allow you to play those as well on the native hardware. So whatever's comfortable. Yeah, I apologize, Pizza Lover, for the cataracts. I understand that that's definitely rough. Let's see. It can be done illegally. How's it illegal, but can also be done legally? So, I can't speak for every place of the acquiring illegal copies of the game to mod them. Absolutely, yes, that's the biggest way. But I'll go a little bit more in depth, depending on where you are in the world. And of course, I know generally where you are in the world. I don't know the rules there, but here, downloading ROMs that you don't own actual copies of the game that you didn't actually pay for is illegal. However, once you own a copy of the game, once you own a legal copy, you've purchased it legally. Making backup non-distributable copies is not considered an illegality. So in my case, I have had the original game cartridge since 1990. So it's perfectly, and paid for it and everything. So it's perfectly legal. And I modified my backup copy of the ROM with this non-sellable mod. So there's nothing illegal about that. Everything was purchased legally, what can be purchased. The ROM cannot be sold. That would be illegal, so yeah. Sometimes I want to see the anatomy of Yoshi. See how it's funny that they do kind of go into that a little bit on, not a ton, but they do kind of go into it a little bit with Super Mario Sunshine. Because they show the Yoshi stomach when he's eating like the pineapples and stuff. That's on GameCube, or if you have the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection, it is also there. That is a version that I feel like has a better control scheme, but I do have the GameCube version as well. I have been collecting games for a very long time, so I have all kinds of duplicate copies of things, but it's okay. They're great games, and they're well worth the duplication of efforts. Yoshi is a drug addict. I mean, technically Mario is, right? I mean, technically Mario is the one that's consistently downing the mushrooms, right? And random illicit plants. But, I mean, you could be. And then also just random weird things like feathers. But since I bought the game, my sight has gotten worse, so it's hard to even play that game. I do hope that that's something that you're able to have take a look. How do I want to say this? Something that I hope that you are able to have looked at and help remedy. I do know that I don't know what the cost of it is, but I do know that cataract surgery is luckily now a little bit more affordable and a little bit more, a lot more. It's a lot easier to complete. We have a better method now. We have better methods, rather. So I hope that improves for you substantially. If I saved Peach that many times without anything to... Well, I mean, you can't say that, though, necessarily, because he does collect. I mean, you have to be fair. He's collecting, I mean, literal gold coins. Level after level. Yes, it's a lot of work, but, like, this man is collecting gold. Not just dollar bills, you know? Hey, can I not pick this trampoline up? Why is it not letting me pick it up? It'll let me jump on it, but it won't. Yeah, it's not letting me. Not letting me pick it up. This is odd. Hold on. That can be done, but it has a chance of not restoring my vision, just stopping it from just stopping it from getting worse, pausing whatever stage it is. Plus, it's like $100K for both eyes in dollars, so I think it's $600. $100,000 for cataract removal surgery? My goodness. I mean, America's expensive. Don't get me wrong, but we're not that expensive. Cataract removal surgery is we have both a laser one. I was going to try and spin jump, but that didn't work. Both a laser one and a laser cataract. There we go. I guess it was just that my fire flower command was getting in the way. We have a laser cataract removal surgery as well as a normal old-fashioned scalpel one, which sounds scary, but it's truly not, since the eyes don't really have great perception of feeling. They don't really have nerves in the same way that we understand or experience pain in the same way. But it's not 100K for it here, which is so sorry that it's so expensive for you there. Luckily, the good news about cataracts are that once the cataracts are gone, the vision should almost immediately improve unless you have a degenerative, like a corneal degenerative issue. Since cataracts themselves are just basically like putting a white film over the sighted part of your eye. And the surgery immediately removes that white film. It basically takes off the glasses. I could have spin jumped on him, but I didn't. I should have done that, but I don't think I have enough. I don't have any Yoshi coins. Secret mushroom. Who do I have? Who do I fight? Oh shoot! Did I jump on this guy? What do I do? What is this? What is going on here? Okay. I have to be careful, apparently. Okay. So, okay, so you can't jump on him? I don't understand. Laser, pretty sure it can't be done. I'm too young for that. Which is fair. That's what the skull coins are for. The drugs. Thanks to Peach. 100K in total. One cost 50K. I've had it since birth. I was gonna say, yeah, 100K even for both eyes is pretty pricey. So, I hope that, there was a secret mushroom right here, so I probably should have gotten that first, but oh well. I wish I could. That would be nice. Okay, I'm gonna assume that I just don't mess with him for now. Maybe he'll turn red and become vulnerable or something. Whoa. Okay. And you have to be careful because if you take a look in between the pipes, he actually... Okay. I was taking a look in between the pipes illustratively, which is not very smart considering that there's no face cam, so I can't illustratively do anything. So let's do this. Take that mushroom, and then now I can get this fire flower. I guess attacking when he's green comes out of the pipe. You can't do that, sadly. I tried to. Once he's green, he's invulnerable, so even purple, he's invulnerable. So I'm wondering if maybe he'll turn red, because you can see he's actually... Oh, he does turn red, but is it... Okay. Does it require a spin jump, perhaps? Oh! Okay, what was that? Oh, I see. Gotcha. This makes much more sense now. Okay, you have to take a look in between the pipes to figure out where in the world he's coming from. He's gonna ram into me this time. Yes, but you cannot jump on his head. Okay, that's alright. Pass the controller. I've played Pong. I got this. Fair enough. Love the stare he gives you before bum rushing you. Yes, I know. It's almost just like, really? You gonna do this? Okay. Alright, I understand now. So, it's when he does the rock move, he's susceptible to the rocks, but he's not otherwise susceptible to anything. So, purple and red are no-goes. Green, you need a wall jump, which the wall jump is a cool feature, but it is a little finicky. Okay, I got it. It is a little finicky. I have to be honest. Son of a gun. Okay. It's also very difficult, despite the fact that I can see technically where he's going to come up. He does have the ability to spawn literally a quarter of a second after even that. Okay, that was fine. See, like, I have no idea where he's going to come up until basically the moment he does it. Dang it! He gives you a moment of reflection. He does. But like life, sometimes reflection and introspection doesn't lead to result. Now, he gives you a moment to do it, but at the same time, the jump is a little bit finicky. I think you have to be holding on to run, which most people that, you know, that experience the Super Nintendo fresh will always say you always hold on to Y. But it doesn't let you jump all the time. Oh, shoot. Okay, so that one's a little tough to dodge. I don't know where he's coming up. Okay, it is. You do have to hold Y for the wall. Oh, shoot. For the wall. That's fine. We're learning. We're learning. But then it's hard to figure out where he's going to come up from next. I wish there was some indicator for that. The Dark Souls of Italian jumping men with mushroom games. Yes, it is. Okay. It's all right, though, because it's kind of nice to have a mix-up to these boss fights, right? I mean, how many do I have? Is it going to be a 3-hit? You know, because in the original one, you have, you know, Ludwig and Roy, and that would be... Well, I guess try and observe when he or she stares at you and does anything special. Like, yeah, it definitely... Oh, shoot. It's learning that pattern right there, and then also, like, where is he going to pop up next? Like, if he tries to do that move right there, I have so little time to move. I have so little, and I don't know exactly where he's going to come up. He usually, it looks like, will try to come up exactly where where you are at that moment. So maybe keep jumping around. But this is dangerous. Oh, I got 3 rocks for this one. Oh, shoot, see? It's tough. It's good, though. I mean, it's tough in a good way, but it's tough. Well, this fight is crazy because usually I'll be the first. Third wave. Really? Really? Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. It's alright. Pass me the controller, then. I've beaten Dark Souls 22 times. This is about to be easy, slipping on butter-covered banana peel on the ground. Yeah, it's... I mean, if this were Dark Souls-esque, I probably would pass the controller to you. I bet you're far more an expert at Dark Souls than I am. Yeah, that wall jump is just super finicky. It's really hard to do that. It was something that I was making mention of, was that people that grew up with certain games seem to be experts really around those games a lot. Dark Souls is not a game... I mean, I worked in the gaming industry when Dark Souls became a thought. Like, I was not at all a kid. I will learn not to... I'll learn to go back to doing what I was doing a minute ago, but oh well. Okay, so red, purple. Red. Okay, so I need to figure out... I think the best pattern on that is the... Okay. Okay, so there's the wall jump. And he's gonna... That's it. I try to spin jump on his head when his head charges Mario. That's not a bad idea. I don't know if I can... The problem I have is I'm not sure if I quite clear the apex of his hitbox, but I haven't tried that, so the odds are that you're probably spot on. Virtual's first game console was 2 sticks in his imagination. Kind of, actually. I mean, my first technical console was really Pong. But I had an Atari 2600. Okay, so it's almost always red or purple, but red recently. Okay, purple. I wonder if the patterns are determined by whether I have a fire flower or just a mushroom. I wonder if that determines any of it. Or if it's legitimately random. Which it very well could be. Get red here. Yeah, I was gonna. Well, shoot, I didn't try the spin jump like I should have. I wish the rock would do damage. So his hurt box is very slim, and his hit box is not. His hit box goes to the full outside of his lips, but the hurt box is just his stem. It looks like. As far as I've seen, he hasn't appeared at the corner pipes, like right near the wall, so those 2 pipes might be a good place to be. Good point, good point. Okay. He may be too big to do that. He may be too big that if he popped up in those pipes that his sprite wouldn't fully populate, so that you might be right on that too. We'll see what happens. Boop. Okay. So he always pops up here in the blue pipe. He does purple when I have that, and then over here on the... Okay. I can't always get that wall jump. Also, I wonder what is... I wonder what determines... Son of a gun. Okay. That wall jump is just too freaking finicky. I need to practice the wall jump and see if there's something that I'm just doing wrong. It's not like you would normally think. You don't push against the wall and then hit jump. It doesn't seem to work each time. So, I mean, you can definitely do it. Okay, I seem not to be having any issue with it here. So maybe it is something... Well, I was gonna say maybe it's something I'm doing, maybe it's something else. But we'll see. I wonder if the... Okay. Now I'm having trouble with it. Okay, so it is just kind of finicky. It does sometimes just eat the input. Let's see. The only attacks he got towards the wall, the fireball and the rush fireball, which I just now realized all he does is those three. Yeah, it's just those three, which can all be avoided by wall jumps, but the wall jumps are kind of finicky. Like, they're not as responsive as... I mean, they seem to be doing okay here, but there are instances where when I was just sliding down the wall, I'm hitting the same button. Also, what was that noise that I just... I'm not sure what that noise is, if there's something good there. Okay. Or if it's just a sound issue. Interesting. Okay, we'll see what happens. This might be the most difficult boss I've seen this hour. See, yeah, right there, I did the exact same button input, but it doesn't always allow the jump. Go over to this side. Okay, we got it this time. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. That worked all right. That's a good point. Yeah, that could have been the indicator of a perfect wall jump. So maybe it's a timed button press. That's it. That was it. First try, yay. Thank you very much. Pizza, Ash, nuclear power plant, I appreciate it. I can't... This one's different. The spin jump also isn't as effective as it is in the original Mario. So, for example, on the original, these guys usually spit up little spike balls and throw them. There you go. I love this. So, like, normally, right there is... obviously, when you're little, you can't do them. But, like, they don't always have the ability... You don't always have the ability to whittle through the yellow blocks, even if they're not ones that... Oh, nice. Even if they're not ones that have a coin in them. Ah, shoot. I was like, there's no point in chasing. He's angry. That's fine. There we go. I'm not sure. Whoops. We'll use this one. Whoops, we won't. I imagined he'd laugh. Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal, thankfully. Okay, let's try this once more with feeling. Oh. That was just my fault. I was not paying attention to him at all. Okay. That's the famous one-liner before just an absolute tragedy of a gameplay there. This guy's supposed to be a professional streamer. Can't even jump with fire. Oh, I wish I were a professional streamer. That would be fun. But no, I'm not a professional anything as it comes to gaming or streaming. Not anymore. I did used to be a professional in the gaming industry. I was not a professional gamer, though. I am a professional at what I do, but that's not gaming or streaming, sadly. But hey, I hope the corner pipe trick works. Yes, yeah, no, absolutely. I did use that, so thank you very, very much for that suggestion as well. I couldn't consistently get certain things to execute, though. I don't know what I need those for. I couldn't get certain, like the wall jump to execute. Oh, this is not the same kind of thing that I thought he would be. I couldn't get the wall jumps to consistently execute very well, or the spin jump. I could not consistently get that to execute. Ah! Okay. What is... So I guess this is a reset door, right? Did I have to start all the way back over at the beginning? Nope. Just reset the leaves for me. Thank you. Okay. Ah, shoot. I didn't mean to... I did mean to jump, but I didn't mean to do that. Okay, throw the spiky... There we go, that's what I wanted. Okay, these kind of light orange ones throw a wonky kind of that thing. Yeah, you helped. It was great. You did a fantastic suggestion, because I didn't realize that, so thank you so very much. For those who don't know, Retro produced such classics as Ride to Hell and the recent King Kong game. I have not even played the recent King Kong game, and do not play Ride to Hell. That game is a travesty. Ride to Hell Retribution is one of the worst games, if not the worst game of all time. And that's coming from someone who has played 2 Worlds. I just expect you to jump on one of those leaves and suddenly you're wearing a furry costume. Yeah, it looks like you... Well, the Tanuki leaf, remember? That probably is where you're referencing, is that the Tanuki leaf. Oh, wait. Did I go backwards? Maybe? How do I get to World 3 to fill that blank in? Okay, that's what you're referencing. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it looks like it, but yeah, they're just platforms in this one. Okay, how do I get up there, though? Like, I don't understand. Oh, I think I see. Oh, well. All right, we'll just go forward, then. I refuse to call it that since I suck at pronunciation. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, everybody has that challenging word, for sure. A lot of people here... have issues with words like cinnamon and turmeric, and so you can get it to where they won't even say cinnamon, because they'll mix it up with synonym or cinnamon. Synonym is another word, but anyway, point being, I don't have issues with words. How dare you? Well, I mean, to be fair, you are a citizen of that which after which the language is named. I'm not a fan of cinnamon. Oh, here's this is Gerudo Valley. Beninging? I'm not sure what that word means. I'm sorry. I got some Gerudo Valley in here. That's interesting. That's actually really neat. What a cool theme for a Mario cactus. They got to throw the Zelda crossover in there. Alucard, no. Oh, what? Oh, those are sand blocks. Those can be... So, okay, these can be dug, which the problem is problematic, because if you accidentally let go... like I just did, you'll dig instead of jump. Dang it. Hey, I saw a very funny animation about this level from one guy called Dorkly. I am familiar with Dorkly. I think it's the same people that operate the College Humor area. Not areas, the College Humor skits, rather. I didn't know Dorkly had played this version of the game, so that's really cool. Gerudo Valley, though, very, very cool. A lot of people... like this is like the favorite Zelda song. I'm not sure if this is my favorite, but it's up there. It's really well done. Dig Dug was inspired by Castlevania. No, it was not. Dig Dug predates Castlevania fairly substantially. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's what I wanted to happen. Now I want this to happen. There we are. And there's no cape to be gotten from those red ones, it doesn't look like. Or at least I can't. It's not flashing. The red ones exist in original Mario World, and when they exist, they don't actually... Uh-oh. Okay, he doesn't actually... Okay. Whoa! Where the heck did those fire... Did those just despawn? Yeah, they despawn. That's good. Oh, my goodness. Crackshot plant there. Get good. He is roasting you, Retro. Who's roasting me? I didn't see anyone roast me. Maybe I did, and I just didn't realize it was a roast. Me and Retro have been rivals for decades. I mean, it would have been interesting had we been, for certain. I think that would be an interesting rivalry. I don't know. It is interesting to figure out, just a thought, right? But yeah, he doesn't have anything. It is interesting to think about some of the people that you know now. Had you known them earlier in life, would you be happier or more upset? And if so, if you have an idea of that, what do you think specifically would have changed? I'm curious as to what would have happened had I met you. You say decades. I mean, if I would have met you 20 years ago, it would have been probably an unusual circumstance, but because you would have been substantially younger. There we are. Son of a gun. I need to go down here so he despawns. That'll do. Dang it. We'll just run through with the iframes. There we go. That's fine. And take this flower. Did I just see a smiling cactus buried in sand? Probably. There's a lot of kind of adorable things. Me and Retro have been roasting for decades. Let's see. If I knew my depression would have kicked in decades earlier. I don't have depression. I'm very fortunate that I don't suffer from any form of depression. I had I don't want to get too deep into it, but I guess I can kind of pull this out. Why not? So I actually had a very rough childhood. We were very impoverished, did not have a place to stay most of the time until I was about a teenager. Did we find some stability? And even that stability was tenuous at best. And, oh, I thought those were solid. I thought those blocks were solid. They are clearly not solid. Okay. And I guess as a coping mechanism, so I retreated into school. So I retreated into my scholastic achievement oftentimes for comfort. And I think that because I retreated into things that I quantified some form of valuation in, and self-valuation specifically, I think that I might have set myself up into a very not good... Obviously, depression's a chemical thing, and there's no way it can be helped, and I'm not claiming it cured or anything. That's not my place. But I think the way that I situated myself put me in for a moment, I think it put me in a very bad place, a very almost narcissistic place, where I assumed that my evaluation of myself was, oh shoot, was all that I needed. And then I realized, well, that's dumb. You're not the best thing that's ever existed, the smartest person that's ever existed. I think I just kind of retreated into myself, overcompensating for issues when I was younger, right? But I wonder if that had any factor as to why I don't seem to suffer from depression. Now, I realize that I'm not... that other people's evaluations of me can be done fairly now. Dang it, those things are such good shots. But I wonder if that had any play in why I don't typically seem to... With the exception of being lucky chemically, if that has anything to do with why I may not suffer from depression. I don't know. It would be interesting to talk to a professional and see what they thought, but all I know is I try to be better each day than I was the day prior. What is depression? I might be having it as of right now. I'm not qualified to say what it is from a personal perspective, but generally I think it's an overwhelming sense of sadness and dread that oftentimes doesn't have a reason or a meaning behind it. Would that be a fair assessment, Ash? Do you think that definition is okay? Dumb idiot fell to the floor. Yeah, I thought those were solid, but yeah, sure enough, they were not. I just fell right through. Some people say I got it, some don't. Always, if you feel like you're suffering from something that you can't explain that's causing not a depress, but an impact on your life, I highly recommend trying to find somebody or some way to speak with a professional. They will absolutely know what steps need to be taken, and they'll be able to much more accurately assess what is going on once they have that. What the heck happened there? My God. That was the first Bill that I've ever seen suffer from erectile dysfunction. Do they track you? No, they go in a straight line. They've always gone in a straight line. What happened to that one? Oh, shoot. I did not mean for that to happen. Oh, it tracks you. Oh, so it's kind of a slightly pink. I get it. I don't like it. I get it. You can come with me, though, Bullet Billson. Oh, I like those little guys. Those guys are fun. All right, the end of your life was there. All right, no, is that fair? Because I feel like you would know better than I would. Not because you're the... Hopefully you're not. I think it would be... It's rough for anyone to become a lived expert of depression. Because if you have that... Oh, shoot. Can I... Is there any way to jump back in the... No, there isn't. I think that's a secret over there, though. It feels like it. Maybe there's a Yoshi that I'm meant to find. Uh-oh. Slowest moving... Okay, usually you can jump on those rocks, but I guess not in this one. But yeah, anyway, to be an expert in depression specifically is awful, because it means you know a lot about something that's awful you have experience with. I guess I've almost done something rash a few days back. What did you even die to? I'm not sure at that time what it was. Oh, the Bullet Bill. The Bullet Bill at that time fell down. Suffer from what syndrome? Dysfunction? Erectile dysfunction. The ability to... the colloquialism would be to stay up, I think, but in this case, I mean it completely literally. I mean, literally, his ability to stay airborne was compromised. But he actually tracks you. It's not just a he falls down kind of situation. So. Oh yeah, but I wasn't meaning to explain what the dysfunction was so much as I was meaning to explain what my meaning behind it was. Normally I wouldn't say something strictly like that, but I felt like that it was fitting. It was a very fitting way to describe what was going on just there. Oh, what? Why? Oh, I understand. Okay. Come on. You and I are going this way. Come on. I understand. Okay, this way, now. Oh, shoot. Well, is that the only way that I can go? Is there no other way? No? No, I guess I'll try it again. I was surprised because it's very unexpected. Yeah, it wasn't made as an inappropriate joke. It was made as a literal joke that has a second meaning. Uh-oh. He was still able to paddle the boulder off one. Okay, so I understand why this is now. I don't like this puzzle because it's literally playing with fire, but it's so difficult to get a higher jump. Okay, come on. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's try this again. It doesn't let you don't get a lot of hang time off of it. I'll try one last time, but if not, I'll have to try and find an alternative route. Because it does not, it absolutely, whoops! I knew what was gonna happen. Hey, wait a minute, no jokes in here, that's my gig. Double kill. Kilimanjaro. All right, let's try this again. This time I'm going to take an alternate route because that seems no good. I'm going to steal you. You call me the gig stealer. Well, like a sniper. Straight at me, and that was my fault. It wasn't like a sniper. It was like a self-defeating victim. Good Lord. It was interesting. I finally got to see what the guy that does the Halo announcer voice looks like, and he's an older man, and it was so cool to see him do. I guess he's doing like cameos now, where you can actually custom request certain things said, and it was so cool to see that. It was so cool to see him doing that. I guess. I don't know if... I mean, Halo's got to be... At this point, Halo's got to be having some trouble with the way that they just absolutely botched some of these recent launches. Okay, so down is not death. It's just an alternate route. So is up here a thing? It doesn't matter. Okay, so that was probably just... I'm going to wager just a secret exit with the number if we succeed. That's a Halo kill streak. 50 kills? 20 kills in a row? Kilimanjaro is a thing. Now I gotta look it up. I gotta figure out how many kills it is. But yeah, that's a real thing. That's Halo. Halo Kilimanjaro is a medal for... it's a medal awarded for killing 7 opponents within 4 seconds of each other in multiplayer. So I would love to take credit and say that was me being clever. It's not. That does belong to Halo. But yeah, Kilimanjaro. I don't know if I don't even know if you're a Halo fan, so I can't say that. That's But anyway, very, very cool. Kilimanjaro. Oh, what? How did you have the paddle roll and then all of a sudden you decided to just charge us? I mean, I guess you are called Charge and Chuck, but like, you gotta do your job, man. Okay. There's probably more. Uh-oh. I love that he just looks around and is like, okay, well, guess that's the end of my shift, and then runs straight off of the cliff. Dang it. Dang it. This is not good. This... like an annoying cyanide fly, it kills me immediately. Also, don't forget 80 kill. Okay, 80 kill. That's not it. I was gonna say, I thought one of them in the old... I think in Halo 3 it was like 50 or something like that. Don't forget 80 kills. Kilimanjaro. Master Chief. It's not Alucard. He's not in there, I promise. Last time I heard about Halo was Master Chief telling me how to do my taxes and refuel your 2006 Corolla. I don't think... It's funny. I don't think I ever owned a 2006 Corolla. The oldest vehicle that I ever owned was a 1995 Chevrolet. But then I had a 2000 GMC Sierra, I think. No, Z71. Yeah, Sierra, Z71. That's a video? Okay, I'll take a peek at it then. Alright, come on down, Chuck. I have a general understanding of this issue that we're about to have here. Whoa! It's a good thing your hitbox failed you. Uh-oh. These tracker bullets are the bane of my existence. And that's interesting because technically my family name is Bane. That is a true story, by the way. Oh! Mate, looking into buying the Belmonte Alucardo 2000 basic car. I will not stop. It's hilarious and legit helpful because it tells you legit instructions on how to refuel the car. Really? But at the same time, I'm curious as to how many people don't understand how to put fuel in a car. I mean, I get it. Like, if you're moving to the electric cars now, and you don't understand how to plug the electric cars into the rapid chargers that are there, okay, cool. That's new technology. But, like, refueling a car has been the same process now for about, oh, I don't know, 60, 70, so almost 100 years now. It was a little different in the 20s, right? But even then it was similar. It was just you used a gas can, or what some might call a petrol can. Over here we just call it gasoline, but... Okay, that was a coin, so it was not worth the while. And this time I'm not going to just shout and fall down like Hank. No! You know. And something else I got to search it back up just a sec. No worries. People are dumb. You grab a fuel tuber and put it in the back wheel. It's simple. And then you end up with an explosive tire. Like the metal in the tread gets hot and then immediately ignites and your car blows up. Oh no, sorry, not refuel, charge something in. Oh, okay. It's definitely good to have that kind of stuff. That's one of the things that YouTube's good about. So some Crash Bandicoot music. This is actually the theme. Oh, I got lucky. This is actually the theme song that plays when you boot up the game for the very first time. I say boot up, but you know, play the game the very first time. I am dumber than a goldfish? Why is that? I doubt that that's a true statement, but I am curious as to why you're saying it. Okay, this is already not my cup of... Those are gonna fall. This is already not my cup of tea. Not having floor beneath me is... Okay, that's a grumpy little Goomba. He's a part of the background, I guess. If you want to get to the goal, you'll need to race me. I need to race you. Okay. What if I just say no? And go over here. Goldfish are actually intelligent. They can count to 5. It's not even a Corolla. That's okay. Goldfish are not... I don't think they can count, but yes. Can they count to 5? I don't... I know. It's able to be captured by humans. It's dumb. That's not true. Humans are apex predators. We are the apex predator, in fact, which means that there are technically no other predators higher than us. And that includes things like lions and tigers and bears, oh my, right? Okay, this is going to be interesting. So we are the apex predators. There are technically, as far as I am aware, there are none that are more intelligent. And if we want to look at intelligent animals, I was looking actually at intelligent animals fairly recently. Some of the most intelligent animals, a lot of people will cite things like the dolphin, which is great, but vampire bats are incredibly intelligent. Ravens, or any other animals from family Corvidae, such as crows, or... I can't think of what the other... Can I eat? He won't eat him. Okay, that's helpful. Oh, it was. Dang it. No, I'm fine. Okay, come on. I guess we have to have him. Made I never lie for jokes. Good lord. Most powerful thing on Mars until they were shipped over here by Belmontorians. Really? Pigeons can do actual math like subtraction and addition, so superior than goldfish. Ravens are actually comparable to a 4 to 7 year old in intelligence generally. Vampire bats are in that same thing. Prairie dogs, believe it or not, actually have the most complex language that we've decoded. They actually have adjectives in their vocals where when they squeak in certain patterns, they're actually not just telling you someone's coming, they're telling you that the tall person, the fat person, the skinny person, the old person, they actually have all of that. So I took you seriously for a quarter of that message. So it's incredibly interesting because you actually have very intelligent animals, and yet all of them fall prey to humans because we are, again, the apex predator. Not just an apex predator, but the apex predator. So it's really interesting. Vampire bats are descendants of camels? No. They're, yeah, I was gonna say, they are not at all. Vampire bats are an evolution of rodent. Okay, so that's one. And I can technically... Oh, I don't need, I don't actually need that. I can actually go one... I can actually go one... Oh, shoot. And I can jump on his head like this. And get rid of him. Oh, dang it. I could try to get rid of him or fall down. Maybe I'll be serious when... I'm easily one of the smartest people in my town. Population 1. Now, that's a star door for a reason. Star doors are supposed to be harder, so... This is definitely that. We'll try this once more, and then... We'll see what happens. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat that, try to get away from the baseball. Go ahead and eat that. So that gives me plenty of an opening to come and attack Chuck. You have to jump on their heads. I feel like more than you normally have to jump on their heads. What the heck am I meant to do with that information? Okay, shoot. Sometimes you work real hard just for, oops. Sometimes you work really hard just for that to happen. Ash, nobody's going to be alive to see that day. 109-857-398 is going to take a long time to come. Maybe. I'd be okay living until the heat death of the universe, though. And there's no telling. There's a show that actually, there's a movie that actually illustrates the potentiality of immortality. Called Mr. Nobody, I believe. With, I think it's Jared Leto, but I could be wrong. It may actually not be. It may actually be... No, it's not. It's not Jared Leto. It's, I can't think of his name. The guy that played Mysterio in the second Spider-Man movie. But anyway, it chronicles the age of... He's the last mortal man on a planet of people that have found so many medical advances they become immortal. And basically it kind of just talks about him and his life and him enjoying the permanence of it. But there's a doctor out there, his name is Aubrey de Grey. He does believe that there is enough advancement at its current rate, if we continue to advance, that immortality is attainable for humanity. And some people don't want it, and that's okay, but I would like it. Thank you. Oh, he can walk on those, but I can't. That's interesting. No, 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 no. Okay, thank you. I was so panicked about that not working out. Oh shoot! I couldn't see what was up there. I was gonna try and jump up. Jake Gyllenhaal, yes. The words "the heat death of the universe" is too funny for me to be taken seriously after the one Barbie movie. It definitely. But the heat death of the universe is the inevitability of the universe. I mean, that's the principle of entropy, which dictates that at some point in time, that heat and age will cause, and it's why people age in general, right? Is your cells are constantly dividing, and heat and gravity are causing them to do that worse than they did the first time. Every single time. Right? And they get progressively worse and worse and worse. So your skin loses things like elasticity, liver function loses, you lose all that kind of stuff. I guess I'll have to see if I can win this race against this Goomba, because this is hard. My goodness. Though death is good for population control if population control is necessary, but the problem with it is that population control isn't as necessary a thing as people think. Firstly, we have technology to terraform planets, and we have that technology right now. Let's see. Most people don't want immortality because of the amount of losses, but if nobody dies, then you become numb to it all. Which is, you become numb to death, but you realize you realize the other issues that you experience, and I think that that's fine too. It's better, I think, to... There's no way that's going to work. It's better, I think, to not have to worry about an issue like that when we have the potential of... Like right now, I think death is an issue that constantly pervades people's train of thought. The younger you are, the less likely it is to... When the younger you are, the less likely it is to be an issue or be thought of as an issue. But as you get older, it becomes rapidly more of an issue, right? And then that issue becomes more of an issue than issues that you're actually experiencing in your life, in your living, right? Can I keep going? Nope. Let's try this real quick. He's gonna beat me just because of that. He can run across that and I can't. And I had to slow down. Dang it. That's fine. He's actually pretty tough. That's actually pretty cool, to be fair. But anyway, with immortality, I think the constant problem of death is a problem that prevents us from solving problems during life, where we could actually have lived a nicer life, but we were so worried about death that we let that get to us instead. Dang it, I gotta remember not to jump there. I gotta just run. I don't know, the world's getting worse. Don't know if I want to see it in 200 years. Might offend people. Imagine what offends people then. The thing about it is humanity is incredibly adept. The reason that we are apex predators is our uncanny ability to adapt societally and physically and all of those. So I feel like while I may not be satisfied with what it is, there's also a cyclical the society and all of that have a cyclical nature where inevitably what will eventually be again at some point, right? So right now, the humor thing is a point of contention for a lot of people, but, you know, eventually what was popular will eventually again be. It's just the way things work. But I wouldn't mind immortality. In fact, I would love to take immortality. Yeah, we don't necessarily need it for population control. A lot of people find they think that's their responsibility. They don't realize that we actually have... Not only do we have the technology to terraform other planets, but we also have natural population control. Men and women will adapt again to not outstrip their planets most of the time. And so their ability to reproduce will actually change based on the needs of the planet. I say that and that sounds weird, but that is technically, I think they say that that's the case. Ah! Shoot! It's so close. That's where he runs, I'm guessing. That's okay, though. This little Galumba is such a little... he's fast. Oop. Now, I always jump there. I gotta remember, jump on the gray, but not the other one. Couldn't be me, honestly. Yeah, this little guy's tough. It's cool, though. But yeah, immortality. I would take immortality. To be fair, we say people become numb to it. People would become more numb to death at old age, but people are already remarkably numb to death. I mean, sadly, like some of the stuff that you see at random. Oh shoot! Some of the stuff that you see randomly nowadays is more gruesome than anything that you would even hope to see back in the day. God dang it! It's like we saw, like, it was the difference in, this was a couple of weeks ago, but like Anna and I saw a man who had, he had gotten killed on he had a motorcycle wreck, and you could see where he had splat against the wall of the highway and his body was and everything. And she has not seen a lot of death, and I have seen too much of it. and it was just insane. You know what? It's fine. Whatever. It was insane to just see the difference in the reaction, which I thought was so nice to see how sad she was. Oh my gosh. I'm still around, just like, no worries. Let's say a power can give you Let's say a power can give you two superpowers. Anything you can imagine. It can be original or just a copy. So what two would you choose? Immortality and invulnerability. That's it. Literally it. The ability to exist without dying and the ability not to be harmed or aged. Time is the worst enemy that any person ever has had because it kills 100% of people. So that would be the let's try this. That would be it. That would be what I would do. I gotta miss the dry bones. Nope. Dang it, that is super. No, I don't. I don't think I think people that have made peace with death, I mean, that's fine, but no, absolutely not. Well, wouldn't you live to see the Big Bang and then float? That's fine. I'm okay with that. I have no problem with the vast void and emptiness of space. That's not a problem. And the thing about it is, depending on how you believe on the origin of the universe, if you believe in the circles of everything, and visit, well, that's a good ability, right? What would you use them for? Whoa, there we are. That would be my question. But yeah, for me, if you believe, some people believe that things happen in cycles, right? The Big Bang and all of that, and then you wait for another few billion years, and then all of a sudden another one happens. So not only would I see the Big Bang and all of that, but I would also see, the new Earth that was born from it and the several billions of years that it existed. So that would be really cool. They steal so much food and play so many games, never worry about a job or taxes. That's true. That's true. That's not a bad way to... I don't think that'd be a bad way to use it. If I jumped earlier, I could probably hit that podium a little bit faster. Okay, that's kind of a... The brown blocks are cool, but they slow you down a smidge. Okay, that dry bones right there is the bane of my existence. I just watched Zack's Justice League, and Lord, do I want Flash's powers. See, Flash's powers are... I don't want those, because that's the only superhero that I would not want the powers of. And the reason that is... Oh, I didn't hit the checkpoint. That's okay. The only reason that is because... So, in the Justice League, he's just really fast. But what that really requires in order to do that is a cellular vibration, right? You basically your cells have to be able to vibrate all at once, moving super fast. Speed is what causes entropy. So because speed causes entropy, the faster you move, the faster you age. So for him to run as quickly as he does, he wouldn't actually stay the same age. He would actually be aging somewhere closer to the neighborhood of about a day for every minute or hour that he exists. And I mean, that's how the actual science would I don't know if that's the exact measurement, but that's how the actual science would work out, because that kind of cellular heat and motion would cause him to age very quickly. I forgot my rule. God. And I can't get the second wall jump. Can't he, according to the comics in the game, try time travel? He can time travel. He breaks through the Speed Force and all that. He can do all of that. But he can't change who he is in the time travel, right? So, like, if he's 60 years old, he can't run back in time and make himself 30. He can run back in time and meet his 30-year-old self. So it doesn't really do him a whole heck of a lot of good. Oh! Well, that's not gonna... You cannot double wall jump. That's why I keep sliding down. I see that. I understand that now. So couldn't I go past over and over at least? Okay, let's see. So couldn't I go to the past over and over at least if I'm going to run the fastest? If I'm going to run the fastest I ever have and just see what happens. If I explode, I explode. If I die of cardiac arrest, you could. Going back in time wouldn't make you younger, though. You would actually get older. Very quickly, you would get older. So you would be vibrating at a ridiculous speed, right? Time is a hard thing to measure. It's just a word that we give to the. It's just a word that we give that is a form of measurement to the scientific principles of entropy, heat, and gravity, right? Aging, but if you could hypothetically travel through time, then it would. I forgot my rule again. It's all right, so long as I live. I won't. Run so fast you disintegrate? You could if you weren't heat resistant. That would absolutely be something that was possible. This is hard. This is really, really hard. Yeah, what would likely happen though if you went back in the past over and over again would be, firstly, you're going through time, so you're going faster than you'd have to go in general, which there's no evidence that you can actually travel through time, right? Because the actual travel of reverse time would be reversing the processes of heat and entropy. But if you could travel through time, then let's say you travel through time, you go back 30 years, but you're 60, then you can meet your 30-year-old self, but you'll still be 60. In fact, traveling back through time assumes probably a 50% age. So you'll probably actually be more like 90 when you get there. I did it. It's fine. I don't care if I hit the tape or not. I did it. Feel like I'm being a distraction? No, I was talking to you while I succeeded. You are absolutely not a distraction, but I appreciate it. You know, I kind of technically came up with a superhero idea with powers. It's kind of similar to Black Panther, but way cooler. Let's hear it, if you're willing to share it. Oh, shoot. That's quicksand. I didn't know what was happening, but I figured it out. I should be able to jump on his head when he doesn't have the spike ball on his above it. I said quicksand. I need to read these level titles more literally than I have been, perhaps. Yeah, sure, if you're willing to hear it. Of course. I'd be very interested to hear it. Angry little blue guy there. My thing is, I feel like I have to. So I live. Let's try this. Okay, you can't touch that at all. I already have to. I didn't know he shot fire. I already live, or have to live, like most people call it this, but I don't necessarily agree with that. But I already have to live like a vampire. I can't eat food like most people can. I can have some foods, for sure. But most of my foods are cheap foods. This next week specifically going to be very miserable. I have to get blood on occasion because of issues with anemia. And I can't be in sunlight, which that's not a vampire thing. That became a vampire thing. That's never been, like, Dracula's been able to be in sunlight, no problem. And so I'm sitting there going, well, if I have to deal with all this already for real, why can't I just get the immortality part 2? So basically it's like a little bracelet which has 3 tooth on it, and then you press all 3 at once and it turns into a claw, and then you drag those 3 tooth up, it turns into a little suit like the... Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. So it almost becomes like a Pantera, and then it can actually become like a... that's really, really cool. I think that's super cool. I'd be interested to see that conceptualized, visually conceptualized, I mean to say. Not articulated, because you just did that, but I'd love to see that visually conceptualized. I think that'd be awesome. It's got a very American McGee's feel to it, which I really like as well. And if you're not familiar with American McGee, I'm sure Anna's channel will have some American McGee stuff on it at some point. She does really enjoy that. It has had it before, but He's a horror writer. It is so difficult to get out of that quicksand. Okay, so I have to remember that this little guy can spit fire unless he dies, in which case he can no longer do anything, which is nice. Okay. The suit is very bulletproof and also very strong against weapons like swords or maces, but the thing is that the person has a red suit like Spawn or Carnage Red. Very, very cool. And he's basically the controller of Hell itself, like he controls Hell and the demons and souls. Very cool. So, yeah, that's that's a really cool idea. It does definitely fall into the Spawn-like territory, although Spawn is from Hell, but then also fighting against Hell constantly, which is really interesting. I remember when the Spawn movie first came out, that was really, really cool. I thought it was, I mean, the CGI was wonky, but whatever. It was fun. So this is really cool. This is a nice fresh take on something that because it's not Spawn. It's got a kind of flavor of that. I like it. I think it's really nice. It's got a flavor of American Weekend. It's got a flavor of Spawn. Little bit of it, and then it's certainly very unique in every other facet. So very, very nice. This guy is a bugger. So I need to see if I can shoot. Okay, I can. He throws those, and he is frustratingly accurate. But I apparently am as well. I also like this little flash. I hope that's not becoming too much of a headache for any of you that... Yeah, I gotta get... Those guys, just basically the rule of thumb is get rid of them as soon as possible. Thumb, if you're still here, rule of you. Okay. Oh, shoot. That's all. That's all. I don't care about hitting the ticker tape when the difficulty gets there, but the quicksand did go all the way through, so that's good. So that worked out. That worked out really well. That's the hero I really want to make in a movie about how he's tired of doing nothing all day, just controlling Hell, and becomes so tired he decides to leave Hell and go to Earth to see. That would be cool. That would be really cool. It's they have, so there is it's not quite, I mean, it's not as unique as that for sure, but there was a something that kind of follows that mentality of the storyline, right? My eyes do not react well to flash, but I can handle or close my eyes. Okay, well, it is over, thankfully, so let me get rid of that bomb. I can understand that. I have a condition called photophobia, so my day vision is a little rough. It's a cool effect, like the artificial white didn't hurt it because it was faded really well, but photophobia is my day vision is a little rough, but my night vision is pretty perfect. So, I see very well at night. Yeah, but the thing is, he leaves his brother in charge, who obviously becomes the antagonist. Oh, that's okay. That's really cool. Yeah, I was gonna say that the premise sounded at first similar. I don't know if you've ever read Neil Gaiman is his name. Very, very good author. If you haven't read his works and you're a reader, I would recommend. You know, Batman always disappearing from... Yes, yeah. Commissioner Gordon turns around and then... Or Batman had one where I can't remember who it was, disappeared on him. Maybe it was Nightwing, and he was like, oh, so that's what that feels like. That was fun. And how Scorpion can go down to the ground like a hell portal. Yeah, yeah. So is that something that he is prone to do, or does he have a variation of that that's its own unique spin? Let's just see what's up. Oh, I need a bob-omb for this. Oh, that's kind of an adorable little logo, isn't it? It's interesting that you can shoot Hammer Brothers. That does negate some of the challenge. Not that this hasn't been a challenging game. This has absolutely been challenging. But there are definitely some aspects that you expected the challenge in that you don't really... I didn't mean to not pay that attention. But anyway, there are aspects where you expect it to be more... Okay. More difficult than it is. That's how he leaves conversations. He just goes down the portal when he grows tired of the conversation he has with humans. And whenever he does that, he leaves a little flame behind that quickly disappears. Very cool. Very cool. I was gonna say, yeah, the story portion of that reminded me of... Oh my goodness, I thought I had made that landing, and I did not. That's how I like that. So there was a similar... Not similar. It was similar in the very basest of pretense, so not all the way through. But it was Neil Gaiman. He wrote this series, this saga called The Sandman. And in The Sandman, there are 3 volumes. It was originally a graphic novel of sorts. I mean, this thing, if you want to buy it nowadays, is lots and lots of money. I think it's literally several hundreds of dollars per volume. I think maybe it's just 150 per volume, but even still, that's pretty steep. And they come in these large leather-bound tomes that are... Did not realize that was going to get me again. It comes in this large leather-bound tome that is really decorative, very nice, ornamental. And uh-oh, dang it! I was going to run for cover, and I immediately knew that. I tend to get with a lot of creative things which are original, inspired from other things that I've created, but just these kinds of things which a lot of people appreciate. Oh, it's definitely unique. I was saying that Neil Gaiman had come out with this one called Sandman, and in the Sandman, there was Lucifer, who is the ruler of hell, who tricks the Sandman into taking his post over because it's kind of a burden, and it's kind of like the story of Hercules tricking Atlas, or Atlas tricking Hercules, rather. But slightly different play on that, and it has Lucifer, who is effectively almost all-powerful. Dang it, I wish that would not just immediately kill me. But anyway, okay, this time I'm not going to go down that pipe. I'm just going to keep going. It's not much better. Not much better at all. In fact, it's not better at all. Yeah, there was no way. There was just no way. I need to have something to damage boost that. But anyway, in that one, Lucifer has his wings sawn off by the Sandman, and he gives the key to hell to him, and he goes to Earth to just kind of live his own life. And then they made a episodic content of it that occurred on, I think, like the CW or some channel like that. But anyway, where it was supposed to be the continuation. But it was interesting. I just don't know what to call him, and he also throws haymakers so hard it can break titanium with just normal hands. He also has just a single claw glove. Oh, that's really cool. I was gonna say, if there were not a band named after it, Pantera is a cool name, since that's what that single claw... If it's a single claw glove like Freddy Krueger, where it's got the 5, but it sounded like you said it had 3, that's what a Pantera is. So, the term for that is a Pantera, so... I wonder if maybe something or some variation of that theme might be helpful to the naming. But Pantera is also the name of a very popular metal band in America here. Son of a gun. Okay. Let's go this route. No, it has 4 blades. Okay. Gotcha. So whatever he spits is gonna go over my head, and he does 2 at a time. Same situation here. It's adorable, though. Okay, that was fine. It's a Black Panther toy, which... Okay, very, very cool. I understand. Whoa. Have I just screwed myself? The answer is probably, but that's alright. We'll do momentum jumps like this. That's really cool. I think that's really neat. I think it'd be cool. Oh, and for why I want to be such strong punchers, used to be a boxer and MMA fighter who just rise to the ranks of becoming the ruler. Okay, very cool. There is a, there's also a Panther character. Now, I don't know if it makes any sense. I'm having genuine fun talking to you about these things. Thank you very, of course, of course. It's always good to hear new ideas and things like that. I mean, who knows? I could be talking to I'm on a train. I could be talking to the big creator of the very next big hero, and it would be nice to say, hey, yeah, this guy has always been very creative, had awesome ideas. But yeah, that's a really cool idea. I like that a lot. Oh, come here, Mecha Koopa. Bye, Ninja. Also, he's about to wake up. That's okay. I jumped on a Ninja head. That's actually what those are called. Oh shoot. I think that's going to be a good idea. There was that when you said that also there's a character, a DC character called Panther. And he was a former like boxer. And then it made me think of that a little bit, but it's not. I mean, it's not the same. Like he's not even close to. Like yours is completely original, whereas his is, you know, that one's been around, but he's just a retired boxer that's really good at boxing, whereas yours is like the Lord of Hell, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'm not sure I'm really enjoying this train. I don't know why I would have bought a ticket to this. Let's see. You actually didn't know about the DC boxer? Panther? I think it's, yeah. Well, he is a boxer, so you got it right on both accounts. I think his name is just Panther. But yeah, he's a former professional boxer. But he's not like the Lord of Hell or anything. I already got one game idea, 2 movies, and 3 counting this one. No, I think that's awesome. Oh, I thought if I was close enough, it...
Train, CJ.
What did that just say? Oh, okay. I just read the title. Yeah, he's like a boxer. He looks a lot like Black Panther, but he didn't have any of the powers or anything. He didn't have any powers, I don't think. But he's supposed to be like a better boxer than Batman, I think. That was kind of how they stacked him up. Okay, we'll try this time to stay at our full mushroom height, but it may not work. Oh, it didn't. But that's okay. I think that's what that was. Yeah, it sounded like he was... It sounded like that's what he was saying. It sounded like he was talking to CJ, so... I'm just gonna jump this gap. Kill the Ninja with the Mecha Koopa. And then the other Koopa. I will use his shell to take out that plant. There we go. Yeah, I didn't know that they were gonna do that. That's kind of interesting. Oh shoot. Dang it.
Follow the damn train, CJ.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Oh, and since claws don't do much long range, I gave him 2 hell guns he can summon. That's really cool. That's really cool. The guns are also original. The bolt action snipers. Dual bolt action snipers? That would be impressive to see just the reload on that. Oh, I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happened. Depending on where I spawn, this may be my last. This might be my last level for this stream. We'll see. We'll see where we end. Because I think this leads us to the next world, so this might be a good stopping point. But let's try to do this. 2 bolt action though. How'd you reload that? Like that? Does he just like drop the gun, pull the bolt up, and pull it? Use gravity to let the gun pull it against him, and then do it? Because if that's the case, that's freaking awesome. That's going to be super cool. Because bolt action with two hands, no problem, but one-handed bolt action is impressive. There we are. You just can't win with this, can I? Good lord. Woof. Okay, sorry, I was super focused there. There we go. Imagine it, but it's a shotgun with that shoots 12 pistol rounds and holds 6 shotgun rounds that can be loaded with a single powerful bullet that does a lot of damage, especially to demons. Oh, that's impressive. So the question, does he have like a holy weakness? I don't know what canon you're going off of. Does he have like a weakness to holy, or is he like Lucifer, where he technically was an angel, so he doesn't really have a weakness to holy, but he's not a fan of it, like for self-doubt reasons or something? I mean, obviously, there's always personal struggle in there, so I'm sure there's a lot more depth than you're able to share just yet, but... This is an auto-scroller. I'm not a big fan of auto-scrollers, especially when their speed is kind of inconsistent. Oh, I didn't realize that didn't hurt those. Bye, Ninja. Okay. Now, the way he rolls, since the way he reloads, since he's the ruler of hell, after all, 2 skeletal hands on fire come out of the ground, and that's what he reloads. The hands reload for him. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. So he just pulls them out, and then he's got one gun going, the other one. Oh, it's a boss fight? Dang. It's boom boom. I was...
follow the damn train, CJ.
Dang it! I was trying to run under the. I was trying to run under him before he jumped, but I hit the checkpoint, which I think I still have to do that whole auto scroller section again, but that's all right. To be taken off the throne, which he passed on to his brother. That's why he's technically killable. Oh, okay, okay. Does his brother gain those immortality powers, and that kind of gives him a down? Uh-oh. That kind of gives him a weakness there. He's got that weakness, but then does his brother have like an extra strength because he took the throne? I don't know how I'm trying to say this. Does his brother gain that power temporarily, and then he has to find a way to figure out how to retake the throne? Because that's really cool. That's actually really, really cool. Ah, shoot! That jump is okay.
Follow the damn train, CJ.
I get it, but it's super not easy to hit that Koopa. How's it going? Checking in? It's all right. We're doing a train level auto scroller that's kind of a pain in the tail end, I suppose, but it's going all right. Well, was going better. He does, since he has to take the throne, it's hard to defeat him because the only thing... Okay, that's really cool. Trying really hard not to... I did it the first time, but then it's just so much more difficult than I thought it was going to be. There we go. That's what I wanted. And we have some Koopas. No big deal there. We've got a Galumba, excuse me. A couple of Ninjas, couple of Mecha Koopas, no big deal there. Got another moment. See, these little screw things, it's so difficult to figure out what exactly your jump is going to look like off of those, because you lose it depending on how far down on it you go. So weird seeing Mario in the Wild West. Yeah, absolutely. And since I don't want people coming after me, God is not going to be shown on screen. He's left to one's imagination. That's smart. That's a good idea. That's all I've thought of for now. That's all right. That's a heck of a lot that you've thought of. So really, really good. Ah, son of a gun. I almost had it. There's one more Ninja. Woo! Have fun, Ninja. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Is there a secret up there? Oh, maybe. So the fight is weird because it's boom boom, but in bullet to boom boom. It's not too bad if I slow down, I guess. Oh well, now it's gotten worse somehow. Oh my goodness.
Was follow the damn train.
Son of a gun. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it one more set of lives, but I think this is gonna be the last level either way. I don't think it's gonna start me that. My goodness, though. Yep, totally did not literally come up with this stream right on the spot every time you asked him. If you came up, I mean, honestly, if you came up with it on the spot like that, this is pretty darn impressive. It's a pretty darn impressive imagination, because the premise of having a holy throne that offers power to the one that's on it, and somebody being given it, right? Once they've taken the throne, and somebody unwittingly giving it to their enemy. I mean, like, that premise is great. That's a great premise. I can't think of a lot of... There aren't very many that I can think of that are like that. As a matter of fact, the most recent I can think of is when Spider-Man gives the glasses to Mysterio, not realizing it, and even then it's not, like, he didn't give him the keys to the kingdom. It's just... I think it's really, really well done. I think if you just came up with that on the spot, you did a phenomenal job, because that is impressive. All right, let's try this one more time. Does it start me at the very beginning, or do I start from the checkpoint? Very beginning. That's okay. Some of the levels at the very beginning, thanks, man. Of course. Some of these will start you from the checkpoint. It's kind of hard to kick the, another thing is, it's kind of hard to kick the, when you throw things, it's kind of hard to kick them. Or kind of hard to throw them forward, I mean to say. That's fine. This is an interesting level. I'll give kudos to the maker for that, but at the same time, I could have gone without the auto scroll section. Just want to throw that out there. It's okay. Okay. So you notice how it just kind of drops there instead of actually falling? That's the problem that I'm having with it here. But no, I think it's a great series of ideas that you've come up there. If you have any artistic ability, I would very much enjoy getting to see an artist's rendering, so to speak, or a picture of what you imagine it all to look like. I think that would be interesting, but if you're not comfortable with your drawings or whatever ability, that's also, I mean, that's understandable. I like to draw, as only reason I ask, and sometimes my drawings aren't very good, but you know, still fun. Still fun to see what you think of put into the world in imagery somehow. Sometimes. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. There we go. And then the one last ninja, which I hit. Okay, this might actually be okay, because Boom Boom is susceptible to this. Oh, except for this one. Okay. I gotta figure out... Does he... Yeah, he does. Okay. Is that it? Should be 3? Nope, more. More? Okay. It's at least 4. Got him. I think 4 is it. Yep, there it is. Thank goodness. Okay. I want him to have the looks of him mixed with Daredevil and Black Panther's suit, and the colors being red and black and white from Carnage and Spider-Man and Spawn. Oh, that's really cool. For knocking on the door. My goodness, though, if that wasn't a bugger. Let's take a look, see where the warp pipe leads us. I think that's going to be the last level. Thank you very much to them. I appreciate the GGs. I think that might be the last level for the stream. I had a lot of fun with this, and I got a lot of headway, honestly. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's strikingly close to... That's very, very, very close to Banjo-Kazooie, which was based off of Teddy Bear Picnic. Dun 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 dun. That's really, really cool. That's close. I wish I had artistic skills. No, so I don't. So I'm gonna need an artist to draw it for me. That's fair. It's no worries. Good to pace yourself. I try. I enjoy it. I like to find cool, clean cutoffs, and I think this is done good. We just somehow skipped to World 9, I think. Yeah, we skipped to World 9 from 7, so I don't know where 8 even is, so I'll have to figure that out. Well, if you were ending, it was super fun chatting with you, man. Hope to see you soon. Remember to stay hydrated. Good days, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever you identify as. Well, I really appreciate it, Pizza. It was a pleasure getting to talk with you as well, and a huge thanks to everybody who showed up, participated, and talked with me, or just enjoyed the stream. So big thanks. There were a couple of new people here, so I want to make sure I get them all in there as well. I guess you can go back to the pipe freight. Maybe so. Let's take a look at that really quickly. Yes, but how do I get there? Because it has the little buildings from like Earthbound, but then I don't know which pipe to take to go there. Huh. This is a really interesting layout. It's really cool. I am excited to play a Halloween themed levels though, because I am definitely a fan of that. I wish I would have made it in October, but oh well. Halloween never ends. At least not for us, it doesn't. But anyway, huge thank you to everybody who did show up and participate. And maybe so. That's it's kind of weird. The layout of this is kind of odd, but it's really fun, and it's kind of interesting to figure out all of the different because like I technically skipped part of World 3, but I don't know how to get to it. So, I mean, it doesn't have like a secret end, like that one. The one on the other side of the pipe doesn't have a secret exit. So I'm like, yeah. But a big thank you to everybody who showed up, to Thumb, to Pizza Bros, or Pizza Lover, excuse me, Thumb Bros, Pizza Lover 3000, so sorry, and to Ash. But also we had some new people in here, which I thought was really awesome, and I really appreciate them stopping in. We had Nuclear Power Plant, for one, who dropped in and said hi. Funny and Cursed Among Us vids dropped by. We also had Sans from Undertale, which is really, really cool. Stop in and say hi. So it was really, really cool to get to see and talk with you guys. And thank you for just watching it and seeing it and saying hi and all that kind of good stuff. As always, let me switch over here really quickly. We'll get ourselves some nice, kind of smooth music, maybe. There we are. Pizza Bro delivers your pizza in 15 minutes or less, no matter the location. I meant Thumb Bros. I made you guys an accidental portmanteau. So yes, I meant Thumb Bros. That's pretty good though. I mean, I think I kind of would order pizza from a place called Pizza Bros. It'd feel like Mario nostalgia and such, you know. But anyway, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who stopped in and said hi and participated and engaged, and those of you who lurked, and those of you who had to go do your own thing, even just stopped in to say hi for a minute. That's all. I mean, it's all good. There should never be, I want to say this very, very clearly, there should never be an obligation to come and visit. I think that we all do this, and I think all of you do this for the same reasons as well. Is it's always just about fun, dropping in when you can, enjoying good conversations, having fun with the jokes and the games are all just bonuses, you know? So I know that there is no obligation, and I do appreciate the fact that you chose to spend some of that time saying hi to me today, or watching me play a game, or talking with me about your awesome superhero ideas, you know? Things like that are awesome, and they are experiences that I absolutely, that are absolutely the reasons that I did this channel in the first place. So a huge thank you to all of you for that. What I do want to say again is I want to go ahead and reiterate that down below you will find the link to make this particular version of the game if you should choose to want to play it. And of course, there are instructions for how to do it. But if you're someone who has, if you are one that has issue with that, you can always reach out to me on Discord at the Retro Room, and I'll help you out however I possibly can. Of course, no pressure. Yeah, I appreciate that. There should never be pressure. This is all about having fun and enjoying good company, good friends, I think. Again, and that leads me to good friends and good company. If you want additional good company, good content, and a lot of fun that you can have, again, down below in the description are channels to people that I absolutely would endorse and say that their content is a lot of fun. If you like what I do and you want a different flavor, or if maybe I'm not quite your tempo, but someone down there may be, I think that that's worth a check out. And so there are Thumb Bros at his Twitch and YouTube channels, respectively, where you can do Let's Learns, Let's Plays, and speedrun strats. A lot of speedrun attempts and a lot of great stuff there. Very, very impressive stuff that's far beyond me, but I've learned a lot just from having engaged and gotten to watch several of those. Viddy's gaming videos and Viddy Plays, Let's Play channel, as well as some community engagement. He just had a birthday stream where we got to, Ash and myself got to participate, and it was a ton of fun. Beware, it's a little bit more adult orientated. We got to play a couple of games that had a little bit more dicey topic, like You Don't Know Jack or Jackbox Party. Then, of course, you also have Ash, who's just made a subtle announcement that the beginning of next year is going to be awesome, and if you don't want to miss that, you might want to go over and give him a subscribe and turn on those notifications so that his stuff pops up as soon as he starts putting it out. And then, of course, Omega Ace Gaming as also someone, I don't know whether Fiona decided to bark, but Omega Ace Gaming is someone who does some kind of more esoteric gameplay and game consoles. Also super awesome, and you can take a look at his live streams as well. Lastly, but not leastly, the Siren Ivy over on Twitch, my beautiful, wonderful wife, who does all kinds of content, variety streams, retro, new, and Sims content, as well as just live streams where she may do things like face painting, bedazzling, just all kinds of cool stuff. So if you're in a mood and you don't know what you're wanting, she will always find that itch to scratch with just the amount of random and awesome that she puts out over there. But I hope that you guys all have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful rest of your weekend. Please forgive me, I may be out of pocket for a little while. I'm hoping next weekend to stream, but I will be out of state. I will be in New Mexico on business next week. So if I come back, hopefully able to stream, great. I appreciate it. I hope to see you there. If not, it's okay. No worries. I may not be able to stream, but I'll happily try to drop in as soon as I have a free moment to your guys' content. Otherwise, I want to say thank you one last time. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you soon.